Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor with Creative Memory Scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make fabulous scrapbooks. All right, today is the first Sunday of September, which means it is a plus sign design sketch today that we'll be doing. I'm excited. I'm using the new fall collection called Golden Harvest, and I can't wait to share it with you all. So let's get over to my workspace and get started. So this is what we'll be creating. I did a one-page spread here, and I'm going to make the second page today using the same sketch and layout. I might do a little something different with my photo formation here, but this will be a two-page spread when I am done. All right, and this will hopefully help you see how you can create a two-page spread from a one-page sketch. We're using the 110 scrapbooking ideas and sketchbooks from Creative Memories. This came out as a promotion a little ways back, and I think it's got some brilliant ideas in here, but I know a lot of people are always thinking, well, how do I create these sketches when I don't know the measurements? So I'm going to show you a technique. If you're not familiar with plus sign design, I'm going to show you today how I do it. It's really simple, and it takes a lot of the guesswork out of creating pages from sketches for you. Okay. So today, if you're going to work along with me, we're going to be working on the sketch that's on page 39 in the book. All right. So let me put this aside. Okay. So what I'm going to be using, and this is from the Golden Harvest collection, my base page, and you'll see here it's all this browny leafy tone. I'm using this paper here, which is the same paper I just showed down here. And on the back, it's this beautiful orange watercolor print, but it has pretty leaves. Oh, you know what? Let me see if the lighting will help. I don't know if that's better or worse. I almost feel like there's a little glare, so I'm going to turn that off because I think it might be better without it. I think so. All right, so it does have this beautiful print on the other side. We're not using this print today. Well, I'm not, but that doesn't mean you can't. All right, so this beautiful leafy print. And then I'm going to be using two other papers, and I don't need a lot of these papers, so I can use scraps. So I'm going to be using this green and white dot paper. And on the back side is this yellow print. And I'm actually going to be using both sides of this. So you want to make sure you have that you like both sides of the paper and that you have enough of it. And then I'm going to use this beautiful orange leaf paper. On the reverse side are these adorable little pumpkins. I am going to use these in something, but it's not going to be used in today's layout, unfortunately, but I do love these pumpkins. All right. And then for my matting, what I decided to use was the beautiful orange shimmer paper. Okay, that's our orange shimmer cardstock. All right, so if you have a zero centering ruler, I would say take that out now, and a nice pencil. Just going to move these out of the way. And now I'm going to put that light on because I think it might help see better on this part. Let's see. Yeah, it makes that a little brighter. So that's good. All right. So I know this is small, but I'm going to hold this up just so you can see it. So this was in the book, and it looks like they made it with that Cheers theme pack. I see a lot of black and silvery grayish tones. This is the actual sketch. Okay, so this is what this was made from. And this is what this was made from. So it's funny when you look at the two pages together, they look like two very different pages, but I pretty much copied this sketch to a T almost, maybe a few slight differences. But for the most part, I think it looks like a very different page just from using different paper. All right, so what we're going to do is go up to this sketch and we're going to take our zero centering ruler. Okay, and let me just find something to put this on so you can actually see it. All right, so my zero centering ruler. Now, if you don't have a zero centering ruler, that's okay. You can use whatever you have. I think a regular ruler will do just fine. I like the zero centering ruler because I'm trying to find the center, two center points, and this makes it very easy to do that. All right. So what I'm going to do is find my mid part of the sketch. And I'm just kind of, here we go. So I can make a vertical line down the center. So I'm going to put a little line here so I know where that point is. And then I'm going to go and do the same thing on the side. The side one was a little trickier, but I think we got it. All right, and now I'm going to make my lines going across. So there's one, and my line going up and down. My vertical and horizontal lines. And when I do that, I now have my plus sign. Okay, so here's my horizontal line going across and my vertical line going down. Now, the reason I do this is based on a 12-inch page. So what I'm going to do is number each quadrant. So each quadrant or each square, and there are 4 of them, are 6 by 6 inches in size because that makes a 12 by 12 inch page, right? So this square here is 6 by 6. This one is 6 by 6, and the other 2 here are also 6 by 6 and 6 by 6. So now I have broken down a very big measurement into a much smaller measurement, and therefore it makes it easier for me to decipher what the measurements of everything on this page should be. So the first thing I'm going to do, and when you look at a sketch, keep in mind that everything is kind of a different color or a different shade of gray. There are dark grays, there are light grays, there are mid-range grays, and there's white also, okay? But everything is a different color, so that means it's a different paper. Now, over here, we have these 3 really dark, almost black rectangles. Those are your photos. And the little white lines, and I don't know if it's showing up as white on the camera, but it is actually white. Maybe you can see it better now. But that is a mat that they put around the photo, okay? So this photo here and this photo here, they're both 4 by 6 photos. This photo up here is 5 by 3.5, all right? So these are my 3 photos for this layout. So 2 4 by 6s and 1 5 by 3.5. So now the mat will be on this one 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And these 2 mats here will be 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Now, when I say this, what I really mean is that's what I did. And that's how I have interpreted this sketch. You may interpret it differently, and that's fine. But for all intents and purposes, this is what I did here, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to look at is, it looks like I have a very thin strip of a medium tone gray at the top. And when I look at that and I look at the size of how much space it takes up, it's really probably 1/4 of an inch in size. But on my page, I really wanted that to show up because I think having it a little bigger brings a little more balance to the page. So I made that strip a 1/2 inch. Okay. And down here, well, let me go back up here for a second. If you look, this color here goes across the whole entire page. So I know that that's pretty much the background paper. So here's my background paper here, that brownish leafy tone that I showed you, okay? And there's a little bit of that popping up down the bottom, which you see here, because this is the same color as this, and it's a little darker than that. So again, it's all these different tones of gray, and you just have to pick up on these different colors, okay? And again, this to me looks like it's only about 1/4 of an inch. But again, because I wanted to bring a little more balance to the page, I decided to make that a 1/2 inch strip also. All right. Now, since I'm down the bottom of the page, and this is where the bottom really seems to be the more busy part to me. So what I'm looking at is the white piece here. All right. Now that's another piece of paper, a border, however you want to look at it. And then all of these little decorative pieces here denote other borders. Okay. So this dark gray scallop is one border. The light gray is another border. And these little circles are another border. Now I could use a border punch, a border maker cartridge, a laser cut border strip, a border strip sticker strip. So, I mean, there's so many different ways you can do borders and nothing is wrong. Whatever you want to do on your page is the right way to go. But what I'm looking at is these decorative borders are on top of this white piece of paper. So that tells me this paper needs to be a pretty substantial width going vertically. So I decided to make this white part 3 inches. And then if you look here, that ends up being my green paper. Okay, so where you see white here, that's the green paper on my layout. And now I have my 3 borders. Do you see that? I have a yellow layer, the orange layer, and then I have this layer here. So what I did is used the newest border maker cartridge, which, let me remember what the name is. I think this is called the Keyhole Pyramid. Isn't it cute? That's going to be so fun. I did enjoy using this one. Okay. And I did 2 of these borders, and I'm going to use it again, and I'll show you what I did. And I decided to make each of these borders 1.5 inches wide. And I'll show you that when we create those in a few minutes. Okay. So that's for these, where you see the 2 scallopy border things. And when they show you these different shapes and scallops and whatnot for borders, it doesn't mean that you have to use scallops. It means that's where they expect to see a border. You make whatever border you want. And that's what I do. All right. So now we've got the size of our borders all figured out. I know that I'm going to be using a new laser cut. No, this isn't laser cut. This is a layered border embellishment. It's very cool. It's a couple of different layers popped up on foam squares. And that's in the new collection. Loving it. All right. So let's see. What else do we need to figure out here? We have our triangle of embellishments. So over here, what I did is I used a mat from the Variety Mat Pack, and that gave me a great place to do some journaling. And then I have my 3 sticker clusters. This one isn't really clustered, it's just a sticker, but you get the idea. So now it forms that triangle on the page, which really draws your eye across the whole page. Okay. All right, so I think we can get to cutting, and if we have anything we have to figure out along the way, we'll do it. So I'm going to put the sketch here, pull out my trimmer and my border maker system, and we'll get started. So the first thing that I need to do is put my border maker cartridge into the housing unit. And if you are not familiar with the border maker system, I have a couple of videos. One that actually does tell you exactly how to use it. And I will link that video here so you can click on that link when this video is done and get a great idea on how to use the border maker system. Okay. So now I am going to punch out my first border with the keyhole pyramid border maker cartridge. And it is so cute. I love the detail. All right. And I'm going to pull this sheet out. And this is one that stays attached to the paper. Okay. And when you watch that border maker video that I'm telling you about, you'll understand. I explain all about attached, detached, and those negative knockouts. You'll see them all. All right. And now I'm going to punch out this border. This is a great little speed tool. You get a lot of value for this. It adds a lot of character and interest to your page, and it doesn't take a lot of time. I love that. Okay, let me get these little scraps out of here. Okay. Now, I want these to be 1.5 inches from the tip to my base. So I'm going to put these into my trimmer and I'm going to line the tips up to the 1.5 inch mark. And once I have them all lined up, I will cut. So here's one. And I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow. There's two. All right. Now I need to get a 3-inch border out of this. So I'm going to, and this is the back side of the yellow. So I'm just going to turn it over. And now I'm going to line it up at the 3-inch mark. And cut. And this piece we'll put to the side. We're not using that one today. All right. Oh, and then I need to do one more cut. And that is from the orange leaf paper. Now I want you to notice something. And it's just something for you to be aware of. Up here, I have this 1/2 inch strip and I need to cut another one, but I want it to look similar. And I'm looking at my paper now here, and I really need to get this leaf going across. So what I'm going to do is cut down to the top of that leaf. So when you're doing something like this and you want it to go across 2 pages or you want it to match really nicely, you want to make sure that you're watching the patterns that are on your paper so you don't forget. Because it is an easy thing to forget. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to line it up at the 1/2 inch mark. And you'll just see that I'll get that leaf on there. And it looks pretty good. It's similar. I got the similar part of the paper, and that's the effect I want to have. So let me get my base page here. And I say this every time, but once you figure out what you want to do for your measurements and your papers, these sketch layouts go very quickly. And I think every scrapper likes a quick, easy page layout. I'm guessing anyway, right? Put a little comment in the comments for me if you like a quick, easy page layout. I know I do. And let me know if you think this looks quick and easy. I hope you all like this. This collection is beautiful. I'm really, really enjoying using it. All right. So I've got my strip there. And now what I want to do is take my green strip and I want to leave a 1/2 inch at the bottom. So I'm just, and this is what's great about using your 13-inch mat when you create, because you got your measurements right here. So I'm just going to line this up on the, well, it's the 1/2 inch line, a 1/2 inch from the bottom. Right? And I think that looks pretty straight. We're doing well here. Now, when I place these two borders on, what I want to do is stagger it a little bit. Do you see how on this page, if I put them directly underneath each other, you're not going to see that bottom layer. And I want the yellow to be seen. So I staggered it. Okay. So what I did, I took my tape runner and I put, let me put this up here so you can see better. I put my tape runner on the base part of the yellow. All right. And then I'm going to take the orange border and I'm going to watch where I put this first one. I'm going to put the first one, well, I guess the second one really. I want to put the first one over to the left a little bit. And I'm just going to keep going down the line. And now they're all nice and staggered. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is cut this little yellow piece off the end because we don't need it. And you can do that with your trimmer or with your scissors. I'm going to leave the orange part alone because the orange is exactly the where I want it. Just cut off that little yellow piece at the end. And then if I flip it over, you're going to see that the orange is overhanging on the yellow. And that's fine because it's going to all get covered up with this next border too. So let me put this down. And I believe I'm going to line that, the orange piece right to the top of the green like that. Okay. So just line to the top of the green. And this page is coming along very nicely now, isn't it? All right, now here is my other layered embellishment, layered border embellishment, I should say. So that's going to go there just like this. Is this looking pretty? I hope you guys are liking it. All right, so now I need to make my mats and I have to decide what I want to do. Now, over here, I pretty much already have my title. And I have a journaling box. So my plan, I think I'm going to do 4 4-inch squares. So that means my mats, I'm going to want them to be 4 1/4 inch squares. So let me see if I can make 4 of those. And we'll get those going. Hopefully I have enough paper to make that measurement work. I may not. Oh, I'm gonna have to do another piece. That's all right. Let's see, maybe we can do. Quarter, and then maybe we can do. And I want to kind of stay true to the design, which was, oops, I didn't check that border down. Let's put a little sticky on it. So, good. All right, let me measure this. So that's 3.5. Could do. So I want it to kind of look like what they did, but just different photo sizes. Now mine's gonna, this page is gonna look a little different because the photos here, this white cardstock here, the free cardstock, I'm using that as the actual photo. So this is 4 by 6. The orange is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. I'm not doing those little white placement pieces here just to save time on the video, but you get the idea, okay? So now that you know, I mean, this is pretty much it. It's a really simple page. But when you look at the sketch, it looks to me like it could be a little complicated, don't you think? So I like that you can turn this into whatever you want it to be. Now, the only other thing on the sketch, what I want to point out is when you see like little flowers, little rectangles like so, and circles, all that means is, hey, put an embellishment there, some type of embellishment. It can be whatever you want it to be. Now, in this one, it said to put the title up here. And I put a cute little hello fall, but to me, that just didn't feel like the title. Down here, where it says our happy place, that to me feels more like the title of my page. And the nice thing is you can put your title wherever you want it. It's your page. So that is my plus sign design for today, September. September 4th. Wow, it's crazy, isn't it? And then, you know, another thing I can do here, which I forgot, is I can put my little, that's what I was going to do. Ooh. I'm going to cut this. This is 4 by 6, I believe. So let's see. I'm going to cut it around 3 inches. I can't believe I almost forgot to put this on. And I'm just going to cut a little bit and give this a cute little title. Right? Because I feel like that really makes it, doesn't it? How did I almost forget that? So here I have my 2 4 by 4 photos, my 5 by 3.5 photo, and then another little title embellishment area here. Okay. And I can put another little embellishment here. As long as I have my little triangle, I'm good. But here's the thing, when you make a 1-page spread, a 2-page spread, what I would do is maybe take one of these and move it over to this page, maybe centralize this more over here. So then your triangle would be like that, over here to there to there. So there would be your triangle for a 2-page spread. Okay. So I hope that all makes sense, and I hope you understood my little explanation. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I have my little sticky note here to remind me, to remind all of you, that we have free shipping until September 9th. Free shipping, you have to place an $80 or more order to get the free shipping, but you can get that until September 9th. So if there's something you have waiting in your cart, I wouldn't wait too much longer. I'd go for the free shipping. But that's just me. All right. If you would like, one more thing. I keep forgetting to tell you people things. Okay. So in my Facebook group, we are in September, in a couple of weeks, are going to be starting an organizational kind of new person refresher type class. It's going to be a power layout class. We're going to be organizing and then power layouting. And we're going to go over this class throughout like a few different months. And we're going to be doing it in our Facebook group. It is a free course. There's no charge for it, but it's to just help everybody see what it is they can do with the power layout system, and how to organize to go to a crop and get actual albums completed. So if that is something you're interested in, please feel free to join the Facebook group. It's listed up above on my little desktop here. It is FRQ Glitz Girls Scrapbooking Group. And you will have to answer a few questions to join the group. But once you answer the questions, I can approve you and all will be well. All right. So now I really do think that's all I have to say. And as always, if you don't already have a fabulous advisor, I would love to be yours. Feel free to check out my website at www.creativememories.com/user/Michelle Fitz. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can put any comment you want, as long as it's nice. And your comments always are, in the comments under the video, or you can send me an email at fitzy'sfabulousScrapbooks@gmail.com. And if you think you would like to do what I do, I'd love to have you join me. So reach out to me. I would love to answer any questions. I have a growing team. We're having a lot of fun, and we're getting a lot of pages done, and we have a lot of happy clients, and all is well. We're having a lot of fun over on our Glitz Girls page, and my Fitzy's Fabs, which is my team. Everything's Fitzy around here. But we have a great little team, and we're having a lot of fun, and we always feel like the more the merrier. So come join us. All right. That's all I have. I am here every week on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. If you're not already a subscriber, please click the subscribe button. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button. And for all of you in the US, enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. I'll see you all next week. Bye for now. Thank you for watching.